It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Boy, what a season so far. And I'll tell you, it's only getting started. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And tonight, what about Colin Sexton? 6'2". Kenny, this guy's a natural scorer, still trying to evolve as a playmaker.
Played for a good friend of mine, Avery Johnson. Down there, extremely quick, athletic, creates for himself easily, still learning how to create for others, but he's a great prospect.
You know what I like? He's unafraid of contact. He pushes the action and plays with a lot of passion.
You afraid of contact?
Nope. It's too quick for you. You couldn't even touch me.
Why'd you move?
Look at that.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm stretching. My neck's hurting.
You guys are both softies. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.
We come to you tonight from the shores of Lake Erie as the streets of downtown Cleveland, Ohio are alive with activity. It's Thursday night and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. This game marks the end of the stretch at home for the Cavaliers, back on the road tomorrow and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season. Last season they split the series with each team able to win on the road.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
And, you know, when you only see a team twice a year, Greg, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are or a good feel for them. And oftentimes that can lead to a series split.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, it's hard to remember now, but Kevin Love didn't enter the league as a three-point shooter. Yet it's become a cornerstone of his game. The coaches have told him if you're a big man and you can shoot it out there, you're a valuable commodity. Kevin, he has listened, and he is indeed valuable.
Well, in this game today, it's all about court spacing, DA. Thanks for the report. And Clark, with the full bulk of the NBA season still ahead of us, what can players do to prepare themselves physically and mentally for this long, long season?
I think you've got to try to find ways and mechanisms to stay fresh. Obviously, you've got to do your work in the gym and in the weight room, but also in your rest and recovery. I think you've just got to be diligent and consistent, and then find pockets where you can get away and refresh your mind and your body.
Right.
Because you can't come out of the gate like it's the postseason. There's a pace and rhythm to the regular season that you have to learn how to manage.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Millsap and Jokic, the pair inside. Murray and Harris, the guards. And it's Porter in at the three. Jokic lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Persistence pays, and Jokic not giving up on the play, doing a nice job pursuing the basketball there.
Clarkson kicks to Nance. Here's Sexton, and he drops it in from the low post.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Now here's Murray, guarded closely. On the wing, Porter. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Love. Cleveland with the ball. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Murray kicks to Millsap. Clarkson against Harris. Pass to Jokic. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Jokic doing a nice job getting right to the spot and capitalizing, taking advantage of the high percentage shots.
Oh, Nance in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, he was the 6th pick in the draft not too long ago, Jamal Murray, and started slowly, which can happen for a lot of young guys. Shooting percentages were down, turnovers up, but everybody knew he could still shoot.
And the first one drops. And Clark discussing Murray. This is a guy with truly deep range.
Yeah, in the gym range, Kevin, and his shooting motion stays consistent no matter where he shoots the ball from. I think his best trait, shooting the ball, is one that every team craves.
And so Murray nails both of them.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
Sexton kicks to Love. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Lets it fly from 18. And again, it's Cleveland.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Passes it to Millsap, and here is Murray. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Good on the shot.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Harris kicks to Millsap. Back to Harris. Now the pass to Millsap. He dishes it to Murray. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Millsap misses. Cleveland leading by 6. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Now, here's Clarkson. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Jokic grabs the miss. The Nuggets trail by 6. Porter passes to Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. Back to Clarkson. To the left wing. Love with a wide open look. Buries it from 3-point range. Love's got 5 points so far.
Boy, it sure is a lot of fun watching Love bury these outside shots. I mean, when he's hitting from deep, it opens up things for everybody.
He gets it in there.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. Sexton the pass to Nance. Now here's Sexton. He's covered by Murray. Elbow shot is on the way. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And over time, it looked like they were resigned to their fate. They kind of gave in. It's hard to come back when you get down like they were. And they just didn't seem to have enough fight to make a go of it.
Nuggets on D, trailing by 5.
Boy, the determination on defense is pretty impressive from Murray. Really doing his best to pester the shooters.
Pass to Jokic. And here is Harris. 5 to shoot. Porter outside. The rebound by Kevin Love. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Clarkson kicks to Sexton. Here's Osman. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Over Porter. And it's Osman missing. The Nuggets trail by 5. And Porter, here we go. Murray surveying the D. Here's Millsap. Denver needs to get off his shot. And another miss by Denver.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Now, here's Millsap. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
Yeah, excellent work on the boards that night. Always in attack mode, and that allowed him to get plenty of rebounds.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Murray. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Good concentration by Murray to score it inside.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? You know, guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category, Kevin. It's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He gives great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides that and plays with such an exuberance and joy. You know, Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come to mind.
Yeah, great examples. Now here's Thomas. Following the miss by J.R. Smith. Lyles passes to Plumlee over Love. Offensive rebound. Jokic kicks to Lyles. Outside Thomas. It's good. This game is all even. Thomas got his first 3 points of the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That'll put Will Barton on the line. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too. You know, these second-round picks that sometimes emerge as outstanding players, Will Barton, a case in point. As a matter of fact, he can give you the handbook for being an outstanding second-round pick because he's really pretty good at just about everything you need to do on the basketball court.
To the paint, stolen by Thompson. Thomas with the steal. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
Good to see Thomas be active on defense, using his speed and anticipation. That's an area that's still a work in progress for him.
And the Cavaliers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Pass to Lyles. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Barton, no luck. And talking about Barton, you look at the body type, the game that he plays, Clark, well built for the modern era of pro basketball.
Yeah, especially since he's added some strength, Kevin. He can guard 1 through 3. You can't push him around as much as you once could. And, of course, this guy does not lack for confidence.
Now, here is Hill following the missed shot by Will Barton. That's tipped.
Can't take the reach and length of Barton lightly. Effective at using it to snuff out shots.
Thomas with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Six on the shot clock and stolen by Love. And oh, here we go with Hill. Nobody back. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got his third assist on the night.
You know, Love is, as we've seen, a solid passer for a big man. Great at breaking down the defense and firing the pass to an open teammate. Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Outside Hill. Kicks it to Smith. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Lyles against Smith. Lyles passes to Thomas. Here's Plumlee. Here's Jokic. Cavaliers with the rebound.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's Hill. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in this game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I think he's going to have to be more cautious on defense. He can't afford to pick up a third foul here in the first quarter.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Korver's checked in. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Now, here's Thomas. 5 points in the game. Barton outside. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Thomas. Goes back up. And Plumlee kicks to Lyles. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Kyle Korver.
Look at Mason Plumlee. He's a throwback big in my mind. You're not going to see him stretch the floor. That's not what he does. He has a hard time from the free throw line, certainly, but his size, effort, activity, really valuable to this team.
And the first one at the line is good. And talking about Plumlee, what he gives you often fails to show up on the stat sheet.
Well, you know, the thing I like about him is his hustle. He makes those extra possession plays, those activity plays. He's tough, doesn't need the ball to be effective. And the other thing he does better than most big guys in the league is run the floor.
And he can't hit the second. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. 4-point game. Passes it to Barton. And Barton throws it down.
Speed and athleticism of Barton, superb. So venomous on these drives to the rim. Take that, fellas.
Hill against Thomas. Hill dishes to Korver. It's back to Hill. Over Thomas. Out to Smith. The pass to Hill. And Love has it in the corner. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 6. Outside Thomas. Love against Lyles. Back to Thomas. It's Barton on the wing. Shoots the 3. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one. Now here is Smith. He's guarded closely. He kicks to Love. Shoots over Lyles. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Denver Nuggets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The 5'9" Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of proving his doubters wrong.
Ever since I was a little boy, they always said, you're not going to be this good in high school. Then when I got to high school and played pretty well, they said, well, you're not going to do that good in college. And when I got to college, they said, well, the NBA, those guys are too big. They're too fast, too strong. The things you do in college won't work in the NBA. And I've just kept pushing ever since. I have a goal of mine, that's I want to be one of the best little guys to ever play the game.
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
Definitely what drives him. I mean, hungry to show that he's a top player regardless of size.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
Love is the 4 with Thompson in the middle. George Hill out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Smith in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game. Love against Wiles. Left side, Love. Thomas against Hill. 5 to shoot. Here's Love. Love with another miss.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Now here is Smith to the inside. Takes the 13-footer. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Cavaliers.
And this shot chart shows just how effective their offense has been this season. They're the top-ranked team in the conference, and they've gotten there because of how multidimensional their offense has been. They don't get their points from any one specific area on the floor. They can score from all over the place.
That's good from Plumlee. Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guys who are now in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. What a list of names and great players.
Yeah, terrific players, and proud and privileged to be part of that class. 1979 is what you talk about. Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys, Hall of Famers, and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but in how many of them have lived their lives off the court too.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown. That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game." He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And here's Millsap. After Kyle Korver hitting the 3, shots good by Hernan Gomez.
Well, doing a little bit of everything. Millsap terrific at moving the ball, sensing when a teammate has a good look. It doesn't stick with him.
Now, here's Sexton. 20 points for him last game against Atlanta.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Here's Osman, trailing here by 8. From the top of the key, poked loose. Here's Thompson, and they convert at last on attempt number 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Murray kicks to Millsap. Back to Murray. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Porter's checked in for the Nuggets. Gary Harris comes in for Isaiah Thomas. And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul. Here's Osman. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Sexton kicks to Thompson. Outside Korver. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Yeah, that catch-and-shoot game of Korver is lethal. His ability to immediately fire off the pass is good as it gets.
Now here's Murray. 9 points last game out. Millsap at the elbow. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Nance. Here's Osman, guarded by Porter, and it's Osman missing. Denver leading by 4. Inside, Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
Surveying the floor, Gary Harris recognizes when his teammates have open looks and gets it to him.
Sexton the pass to Thompson. On the wing, Korver, guarded by Harris. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Porter finds Plumlee over Thompson, and Plumlee gets it to go on the assist from Porter. And now an 8-point Nugget lead. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Now here's Sexton. He's covered by Murray. Ball's knocked loose. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On Saturday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets. And then on Monday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Here's Osman, guarded by Porter. Here's Osman, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Sexton. They get it back. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
And the Denver Nuggets probably would have made the playoffs last year if their defense, Clark, had performed as well as their offense.
Well, simply put, dead last in opponent's field goal percentage. Very few teams with that stat ever make the playoffs. Some of it's perhaps scheme, but most of the time it's about attitude and effort and personnel. That's not going to get it done in the robust and tough West.
Nance, no good on the free throw. The Nuggets leading by 6. Inside, here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Cavaliers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Sexton kicks to Thompson. Hood deciding where to go with it.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Greg, what are some of the positives that Tristan Thompson's play brings to the team?
Still a very efficient scorer on the shots that he does take, and he lives mostly inside the paint. And still a strong offensive rebounder. But his days of being a threat on the offensive end as the game has evolved seems to have kind of gone away.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. So it's Denver now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And it's Murray penetrating. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
And, you know, really when you look at it, Murray is quite crafty at getting contact on his drives. I like his fearlessness going to the hole.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, early on, Murray has proven to be an impressive scorer. Now he just needs to improve as a passer and defender.
And so Murray nails both of them.
Having now been a head coach for 5 full years, 2 years with the Kings, 3 with the Nuggets, Malone's had his fill of inexperienced rosters and has done a reasonably good job with them.
Hood, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And it's great to see how Malone's been able to develop these young players.
Yeah, it sure is, because I think the players have a lot of respect for him. They play hard for him, certainly. And they see he's willing to make adjustments. I think he does a nice job adapting his style to his personnel.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Rodney Hood getting traded last season in part because, Greg, he was due for a big contract this last summer.
And you just knew Hood would be a player a lot of teams threw offers at this year. Rare to find guards as tall as Hood who can shoot the way he can, just entering his prime. And the contract this team gave him might be a bit of a gamble, but it's one that could pay off in a huge way if he keeps improving.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the strike, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Now here's Thompson following the miss by Jokic.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignited.
Here's Harris. Larry Nance making his last shot. Here's Porter. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it up and in.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
Now here's Hood. He's coming off a 13-point game against Atlanta. Feeds it to Nance. Millsap with the steal. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Harris is so good at using his body and athleticism to draw fouls. Hard to match up with him.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. That one is off. And Gary Harris, anytime you talk about him, hard not to mention, Clark, the efficiency of his game.
Without question. I mean, very low turnover rate for his level of usage. Doesn't force things. Likes to get his points within the flow of the offense, and a very high percentage shooter at all 3 levels.
And the second free throw, good.
His improvement each year in the league is impressive. Harris knows his role is to score the ball, and he does it well.
Now here's Sexton. He's covered by Murray. Lets it go from 14. The shot by Clarkson, no good. The Nuggets leading by 8. Millsap left side. And here's Harris from the arc. And again, Denver, no good.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Now Sexton. Here's the dish to Hood. 6 on the shot clock. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Here's Porter. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
And at 6'10", Porter is a threat to score inside, which is why the defense trying to rough him up a bit.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls.
And the ceiling so high for Porter. A versatile, effective forward who does so many things well.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Love comes in for Thompson. And George Hills subbed in for Sexton. Trey Lyles checked in for Denver. Martin comes in for Gary Harris. And Porter drops them both.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the strike.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And checking out the numbers for Clarkson. Last season's performance for him came in about 14 points per, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Hill dishes to Clarkson. And the foul on Will Barton. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And Jordan Clarkson is a player who is looking for his shot whenever he gets the ball. Can distribute enough, but it isn't his top priority. Very dangerous when left alone outside.
And both free throws good for Clarkson. And with Clarkson as good as he is outside, Greg, he prefers to shoot off the dribble than on the catch.
Yeah, and it's why Clarkson gets labeled a high-volume, low-efficiency guy. Terrific on catch-and-shoot chances. I think if he played more towards his strengths, he could put together a career year.
Now here's Nance following the miss by Jokic. There's the triple. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Porter passes to Barton. Lets it go from deep. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got the lead up to 11 now for Denver.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Hill kicks to Love. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, watching Kevin Love, he's really got a ton of tools at his disposal offensively. We know he can shoot it. We know he can post it, but his off-ball movement has also improved. Love has molded himself into a dynamic scorer.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Love and his offensive game, he has even started getting more scores off of cuts.
Yeah, Love has a good sense of timing on when a lane will open up, and often will get matched up with a defender that just isn't as quick as he is. And when everything is clicking for him, he can light it up in a quarter, as we've seen in the past.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, Greg, we know that Kevin Love is a great passer, but just how much more does that open up for his team?
I mean, his outlets get the team up and moving in terms of transition faster than probably anyone else could. It's very hard to double Love with the ball, as his awareness and that passing that you mentioned immediately will find the open man. And Love's passing alone is probably worth about 10 extra points a game for his team.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. Hill finds Smith. Up top, Nance. Pass to Hood. Moves back up. Nance, no good.
Well, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
From deep, Thomas. And again, Denver with the triple.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
And here's Love after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Oh, Nance in position. Love the pass to Nance. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
Thomas gets the bucket.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And here's Love after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Hill kicks to Love. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Love's got 5 points now this quarter.
And doing a much better job from three-point range than they were in the first. It's going to help them chip away at that lead.
Now, here's Thomas. 13 points in the game. Barton finds Thomas. Barton surveying the floor. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Love.
And you can't try to rough up Barton. Can't get too physical with him. He's very good at using his body against yours to draw fouls.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. That free throw good from Barton.
Yeah, I've got mad respect for the way Barton carries himself. I mean, he's a terrific teammate. He does everything he can to impact winning.
Both free throws good from Barton. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Hill kicks to Love. Dishes it to Smith. Back to Love. 16 seconds left here in the second. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Love's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Here's Thomas, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And we finished one half of basketball. Nuggets lead by 15. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Isaiah Thomas having an outstanding game. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they play well.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, Ernie, they had a ton of fouls. Jeez. And the points they gave up at the free throw line added up in a hurry. They got to calm down during the break and play much more control in the second half.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Isaiah Thomas.
And through the first two quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Yeah, a real game changer in that regard, too. I mean, his activity was great. Excelled at finding ways to come up with those steals.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The Nuggets leading by 15. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Murray and Harris, the guards. Millsap and Jokic, the pair inside. And it's Porter at the 3 slot. Cleveland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. That one goes in.
A dangerous scorer from mid-range. Sexton loves to take that shot when he gets it in rhythm.
Here's Murray following the basket by Colin Sexton. Millsap misses. The Cavaliers shooting about 42% so far. Now here's Sexton. He's covered by Murray. Sexton the pass to Nance. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They led by as many as 18 points. Murray kicks to Harris. Back to Murray. Pass to Jokic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Nance. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Love against Millsap. Love right side. And Sexton has it in the corner. No good on the triple. Denver leading by 11. To the middle. Here's Millsap. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Love.
Tell you what, you can hit him, slap him, try to wrap him up. Really doesn't matter because Millsap is so strong. He's able to fight through all of that.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
You know, you look at Paul Millsap, very versatile. I mean, he's thought of as a 4-man, but he can play the 3. He can also be a small ball 5, so I would call him like a 3.75, which gives you a lot of flexibility if you're coaching.
And scoring the ball extremely well. I don't think the defense is getting up into Nance enough. Got to turn up the burners a little more.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Chalk up 2 there. Murray's got 8 points. And talking about Millsap, he didn't start out this versatile. He worked on his game, and we saw it year after year, and he's made it happen.
Yeah, he was a bit of a lump of clay who had great rebounding skills. Now he's kind of chiseled himself off into a terrific all-around player. Ball handler, shoots the 3, excellent footwork, passes better. That's why it took him so long to play in his first All-Star game, but when he got to that first one, He actually got to a couple more, too.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
The Cavaliers trail by 14. The feed to Sexton. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And of course, Colin Sexton. His college team once had to finish a game with only 3 players.
Yeah, he scored 40 that night. I mean, almost led him to a victory. He loves to play under the bright lights, brings great energy and enthusiasm every night.
First free throw is good. And Colin Sexton, when it comes to scoring, the man shows you a little bit of everything.
Loves to drive it, loves to attack inside, improving his consistency from range. But what I love about him is the aggressiveness. This guy is always in attack mode.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And that's one of those guys who just tends to live at the line. Sexton's working hard to improve his consistency there.
And it's good for 2. 14 points for Larry Nance.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Stolen by Clarkson. Kicks it to Sexton. Nance outside. Love right side. Over Millsap. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Kevin Love.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside Millsap. Jokic finds Millsap. They get it again. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got 8 points.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Nance, no good.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Mm-hmm. Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Tristan Thompson comes in for Nance, and it's Korver in for Clarkson. And Denver also making a switch. Plumlee's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Here's Osman. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Osman's got his first bucket in this one. Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. Millsap kicks to Murray. And the shot goes in. He's got 10.
And the confidence oozing from Murray. Just so efficient from the interior.
For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Now, here's Sexton. He's covered by Murray. That one drops for him. Sexton's got 5 points now this quarter.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Here is Korver. Gary Harris making his last shot. Fires from deep. The shot by Sexton, no good. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. They led by as many as 18 points and stolen by Love. Teardrop shot. And the layup good by Sexton. Sexton's got 11.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Harris passes to Millsap. Back to Harris. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's foul number 2 for him. Rodney Hood's checked in for Jetty Osman. Denver also making some changes. Trey Lyles checked in for Porter. Barton comes in for Gary Harris. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Jamal Murray. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Barton. He kicks to Plumlee. Just 5 to shoot. Over Thompson. Back to Barton. From deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Sexton. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
At the top of the key, Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got his 4th assist in this one.
Decisive on the catch-and-shoot jumper from Millsap. He's not going to let that opportunity go to waste.
Now here's Hood, and the shot is long.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. Sexton dishes to Love. Put on the wing. Out to the right wing. Sexton with it. Thomas is there. And it comes off the front of the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Plumlee. Here's Sexton, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
You know, not bashful about positioning himself inside. Sexton knows he has what it takes to score from there.
Outside Thomas. He dishes it to Millsap. Barton from outside. And that's collected by Love. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Outside Korver. The pass to Sexton. Misses the 3. Nuggets have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Here's Barton. Here's Lyles. That shot off. Great D that time from Hood. The Cavaliers shooting it beautifully here in the third. 56% from the field. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
The first free throw is good. Smith checked in for the Cavaliers. Hill comes in for Sexton. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for the Nuggets. So he gets them both. Mark, over your many years in the NBA, you've seen labor unrest, but per the most recent CBA, we have the potential for a decade-long stretch now of labor peace.
Yeah, and I think that's great for all sides. And you've got to recognize that some of the unrest in the past was really necessary to get to this place where we may have labor and league peace for the next decade. I mean, there's no justice without struggle. There's no smooth sailing without some bumpy sailing at times. So credit the league, the Players Association, and the players for getting to this place now where the league is doing well in all measures and the game is healthy and good, but that's a team effort by all involved.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Corver. Thomas kicks to Lyles. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lyles got his first bucket of the night.
Worked that one inside nicely.
And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Cleveland. At the elbow, it's Thompson. It's back to Hill. And that one, good. Hill's got his second bucket tonight.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 13. Connects from three-point range. 16 points for Millsap.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Hill deciding where to go with it. Smith with a wide open look. Again, the Cavaliers score. The Nuggets leading by 10. Thomas kicks to Millsap. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
Outside Hill. The dish to Smith. 52 seconds left to play in the third. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Thomas passes to Lyles. Doesn't go for him. So Cleveland will take it the other way. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. The kick out to Hill. Cavaliers working now with a fresh shot clock. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Can't ignore Millsap's defensive instincts. Excellent timing, rising up to block shots.
And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Hood. Now here's Thomas. 13 points in the game. Pass to Barton. A 3-ball. Misses. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Denver on top, up 8. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Nance and Thompson are up front. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Hill. And it's Smith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And the basket by Hill.
I think that's a testament to Hill's attitude. I mean, he does not hesitate at all when he has the ball right next to the hoop.
Thomas finds Jokic. Back to Thomas. Hill with some nice D. Now Cleveland shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Denver leading by 6. Here's Murray, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Cannot get too handsy with Murray, especially when he's rising up for the shot.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Nuggets also changing it up. Porter comes in for Barton. And it's Gary Harris in for Thomas. And so Murray nails both of them. And here is Hill. Smith outside. And it's off from three-point range. The Nuggets leading by 8. Here's Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists in the game.
Gary Harris says, I got more than just a three-point shot, folks. Excellent at getting into the lane by penetration.
Here's Osman. Nance outside. Dishes to Hill. In the corner, it's Clarkson. 5 on the clock. From the wing. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. From past the arc. And another miss by Cleveland.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
To the inside, Jokic, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, for Nikola Jokic, I mean, the team is relying on him more and more now, and he's earned that kind of trust, and expectations are big every night. One thing he's got to get better at, though, is not getting down on himself when he makes mistakes. He's got to stay positive.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first. And talking about Jokic, a fun-loving guy by nature, his teammates are trying to help him stay positive.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes he's his own worst enemy. He gets frustrated and then things start to unravel on him. As coach said, I don't want him feeling like it's all on him. Can't put that kind of pressure on himself. The message to Jokic, keep it simple. Keep it plain. Don't overthink it.
Good on both.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
And it's Murray with the jam.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
The Cavaliers trail by 14. Hill kicks to Love. Knocks it loose and stolen by Murray. Down low. Jokic, no good. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got taller.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the charts.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Harris passes to Porter. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. Now, here's Clarkson. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Here is Harris. Shoots over Clarkson. And again, Denver no good.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game. And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Here's Jokic. Larry Nance making his last shot. Jokic finds Porter. Here's Murray. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And so here's Cleveland following the score by Jamal Murray. It's stolen by Lyles, pushing it up for the finish, and finished off by Porter.
Carving up the defense with excellent passes like there. Jokic, a big man with great vision.
Sexton kicks to Love. Osman, the pass to Love. Just 5 on the clock, and they pick up 2.
And everything's flowing through Love tonight. And the plan is working like a charm. This has been a remarkable performance.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. Over Nance. And Denver again with the bucket.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Here's Clarkson following the basket by Jokic. Nance dishes to Clarkson. Passes it to Osman. There's the triple. Rebound by Murray. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers trail by 14. To the paint, here's Clarkson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Gary Harris.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
And the first one drops. Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. That one is no good.
He's not shooting a high percentage right now, and part of the reason could be that his shot quality is poor, and he's just got to be a little smarter about his shots.
Now, here's Jokic. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
For 3, Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight.
Nice looking outside stroke by Harris. Give him room to pull the trigger, and he'll light you up from there.
Shoots from 12. They get it back. The shot's good from Nance.
You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
Harris kicks to Jokic. Outside Millsap. Murray, the pass to Porter. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And the clever passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the court.
Now, here's Sexton. Guarded closely. He feeds it to Love. Over in the corner, Osman. 16 feet away. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Porter kicks to Jokic. Here's Murray up on top. Back to Jokic. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Osman. And Porter comes to help. Nance with no one around. Cans it from downtown. Nance has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Count it.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That'll be his second foul of the game. Thomas checked in for Jamal Murray. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Now here's Porter. Thomas. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. Traded from Boston to Cleveland and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas. And it takes a certain team for Thomas to fit in with well. Wasn't the case, though, with the Cavs.
Yeah, Thomas is a point guard, not a pass guard. He's a guy that's going to look to score more than anything else. And it didn't quite work with the Cavs, but you put him in an up-tempo offense, that young man can flourish. Still young enough and is with a team more suited, I think, for his skills now. I bet he has a big bounce-back year.
Now, here's Sexton. Feeds it to Nance. And that one drops for him.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
And that one misses. The Nuggets leading by 17. The 3 from Thomas. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
Offensive rebound. Love the pass to Sexton. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Millsap is a quiet kind of a guy, but I like seeing him take over offensively. And he can be streaky after he connects on a few, though. You know he's in the zone.
Here's Clarkson following the basket by Paul Millsap. Love kicks to Osman. Love against Millsap.
Well, Isaiah Thomas met with a lot of teams in free agency before deciding on the Nuggets, and it just wasn't a great market for IT after coming off such a rough season. Had to settle for a short-term deal to show he could still be an impact player.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And you all may have heard this before, but I can't resist this fun fact about Kevin Love. His uncle was one of the founding members of the band The Beach Boys.
Now here's Thomas. In the corner, it's Harris. From outside, off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Here's Sexton. Good on the three-point shot. Sexton's got 12 points in just the second half.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
From the stripe, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Millsap misses, and the foul called on Paul Millsap. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Enzo Thomas will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Enzo, the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last. .153 left in the 4th. Harris, good.
An aggressive offensive player. When Harris has a quality look inside, he takes advantage of it.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're behind by 12. A minute 50 left in the game. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
After 2 straight losses, they switched it up a bit tonight, giving him a much bigger role, and it's worked out even better than they could have hoped for. Love, and it's sent back by Millsap, and he gets it back. Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Kevin Love. Thomas with the ball. 1:31 left to play here in the fourth, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And, you know, there you see the instincts of IT, sensing when his man is broken free and then getting the ball there on time.
Sexton kicks to Love. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
Both free throws good from Love. The Nuggets leading by 10. 1:11 left in the game. Thomas finds Harris. Millsap with it. He's covered by Clarkson. And the pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 5. And Denver again with the bucket.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Denver.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Paul Millsap.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Nance. Smith comes in for Jetty Osman. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And George Hills subbed in for Sexton. Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jokic. Lyle comes in for Paul Millsap. Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Porter. And Barton subbed in for Harris. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Hernan-Gomez kicks to Barton. Shoots over Korver. Again, the Nuggets score.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy in, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.